So tell us a little bit about why you're here. What drew you out to HederaCon this year?
So this year I got back here in the conference because I saw a huge restructuring inside the foundation.
Nice.
And as a startupper, I'm interested to explore synergies with the chain and the ecosystem.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship to the industry. What does your company do? What kind of work do you do?
I work in Web3 gaming.
Great.
Basically, our company is working for multi-chains and it's bringing transactions and user adoption on chain. So we were getting a grant 3 years ago from Hedera.
Nice.
And now they are expanding into gaming. So I'm really interested to work with them.
The future of Web3 does seem to be multi-chain. That's going to play a big part of Web3. What are your thoughts on the evolution to get towards multi-chain without overburdening it with complexity? Any thoughts on that front?
So let's start from the thought that the whole market since always have been a PvP market, right? So everyone is like competing for liquidity, mindshare, resources. And I think the real future is like going multi-chain and creating environments that are cross-chain and also developers to develop smart contracts or dApps that are already multi-chain or cross-chain with cross-chain features because the whole space has at the moment more or less 3 million of wallets, so 3 million of users. And if we don't go towards that direction, we are like not compressing, like it's getting always smaller and smaller, especially now because the market is not like performing that great. So if we don't start to share like communities and becoming cross-community rather than being vertical silos with everyone with their own community,
Right.
we are not going to expand the whole ecosystem, and also not we are preventing the whole space to acquire the next billion user, right? Because we are not together working together towards the same direction.
Yeah, it's almost like it's about taking the community to that next phase where it can really take on the mantle of decentralization in full. But like you said, that takes a lot of collaboration, cooperation, and obviously in a competitive industry, sometimes it can be tough to push through. What are some of your thoughts on the role that Hedera and HederaCon and these kinds of community partnerships and nodes of collaboration, how do these help move the needle towards that multi-chain future?
I feel like Hedera was one of the very few chains that was always open for collaboration with anyone, also with competitors. And it's really clear what they are doing right now with exploring, the gaming ecosystem as well. Like they want to expand. And I think they are moving the needle in the space.
Yeah.
So they are giving the example to other ecosystems. And it's not a case they are still, managing so good after so much time. They are on the market compared to other ecosystems, right?
Totally. Okay, if you had to predict one major headline around blockchain in 2025, what would you bet your money on?
So I speak about my niche, which is Web3 gaming, because I'm not really into finance that much. But I feel like Web3 gaming will come back really stronger at the end of this cycle, but it won't be like in 2021, and it won't be any more related to AAA games. It will be related more on mini games and mostly on speculative, features. And so I think there will be a huge wave involving a lot of assets, NFT collections, but in a speculative way inside gaming. Most likely people will start also to gamify prediction market. So just imagine like a gamification of poly market where people can actually predict with their meme coins or with their, NFTs or whatever, in game.
That's exciting stuff. Poly market has been hot this year for sure. And so I'm really curious to see how your work and the work of the larger community take advantage of that energy. So thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.